This is day 8 of my series of becoming a profitable trader as a 17-year-old, and today is Sunday, May 5th, so I'm going to be going over the weekly forecast for the euro dollar, dollar yen, and gold, as well as the economic calendar for this upcoming trading week on Forex Factory.
For the weekly forecast for this upcoming week on the euro dollar, you want to look for areas of institutional order flow, and if you add in 2 exponential moving averages, you see that within the 9 period and the 18th period, give me a second, the 9 period being the red, the 18th period being the blue, that the 9 period is currently above 18th period, which means that we want to be looking for buys. So in that case, we want to look for bullish areas of institutional order flow. And we see that within this candle created on April 30th, it's a bullish order block. And we can expect price to trade down into this area within the wicks of the candle. And if we drop down further to the 4-hour chart, we can see that there is this down candle created on 1 a.m. on May 2nd. And we can expect price to trade down into this area within the wicks as a bullish order block. And we can drop down further to the 1-hour chart and see that price can also sweep this low right here, this swing low, as well as target the start of this fair value gap, which price always wants to do to fill in liquidity voids and fair value gaps. And we can also add in our Fibonacci retracement tool for the ICT optimal trade entry. And we see that this low, the swing low, as well as this order block is in confluence with the 70.5 ICT optimal trade entry. So we can expect, let's make this red, the liquidity void. So we can expect price to trade down to sweep these lows as well as the bullish order block, and then trade higher to fill in the liquidity void fair value gap. The weekly forecast for this upcoming week on the dollar yen looks very bearish. And why is that? Because of this candle created on April 29th. It has major wicks, which delineates a shift in trend. And also, if we add in 2 exponential moving averages, like ICT uses, the 9 period as well as the 18th period, we see that the 9 period is about to cross under the 18th period, which delineates bearish institutional order flow. So we want to be looking for bearish areas of institutional order flow. And we see that there's this recent up candle before this major down move created on April 30th. And if we go down to the 4-hour chart, we see that there's this fair value gap that price can trade up into and fill in. And we drop down to the 1-hour chart, we can further hone in on this fair value gap. So we can expect price to trade all the way up to fill in this fair value gap first before anything, and then ultimately trade down and sweep this swing low as well as these equal lows created during this consolidation on the daily chart. So let's make these red. Expect price to trade down into the swing low as well as the equal lows created on the daily chart. So what do I think price is going to do for this upcoming week? It's going to trade up to fill in the fair value gap, ultimately trade lower to sweep the swing low as well as the equal lows created on the daily chart. And lastly, for the weekly forecast for this upcoming week on gold, we're looking at bullish trends. Why is that? Because within gold trading, we expect a lot of price imbalances, price rebalances, as well as the filling of liquidity voids and fair value gaps. So there's a lot of bearish fair value gaps that haven't been filled in yet. So we could expect price to go up there and fill those in. But once again, gold is very, very, very unpredictable. So anything can happen within gold. But that's what I think price is going to do. It's going to find its way up into these fair value gaps and fill them in. And like I said, I'm going to be going over the economic calendar for this upcoming trading week on Forex Factory. And on Monday, May 6th, it's a green light to trade. There's no economic news whatsoever, so it's a green light to trade. On Tuesday, May 7th, there's also no news, so it's a green light to trade on Tuesday. On Wednesday, May 8th, there is news. There's medium impact news, the 10-year bond auction, but we can still trade on this day because this is not very high impact and it doesn't influence the markets as much. Then on Thursday, May 9th, We have unemployment claims at 8:30 a.m. EST. So we do want to look out for this because unemployment claims do move the markets quite a bit. So we want to look out for this. So this is kind of like a so maybe if there's a trade like 15 minutes after news. So we're looking at 8:45 or so, 8:50. And for Friday, May 10th, there's this, but we can still also trade. This is a green light. This doesn't influence and impact the markets as much.